This is Nightline, the right line to the right place at the right moment. And this is Walter O'Keefe. Good evening, and welcome to our first Nightline feature tonight, the one and only Groucho Marx and You Bet Your Life. Here he is, NBC's master of the Quizmasters.
What's the secret word tonight, George?
Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word...
That's the secret word, ladies and gentlemen?
No, that's how I start out.
Oh. Well, leave if you're going to start out.
Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word is chair. C-H-A-I-R.
Really?
You bet your life.
The National Broadcasting Company presents Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life, the comedy quiz show transcribed from Hollywood. Groucho meets our first contestants in just 1 minute.
Happy birthday, Mary.
Oh, thanks, Mom and Dad. And just look at that beautiful cake. I blew out all 15 candles.
And here's your birthday gift.
$100 savings bond. Oh, thank you both so much.
I guess we should also wish United States Savings Bonds a happy birthday. They were born the same year as you.
And each year, as we've added another candle to your birthday cake, we've had the pleasure of adding another savings bond to your future.
Just as every candle makes the cake brighter, so does every savings bond add up to a brighter future for you.
Why don't you add to your brighter future? Buy a United States Savings Bond on the payroll savings plan where you work, or buy them where you bank. Join the 15th anniversary celebration. For your birthday and for the birthday of each of your loved ones, buy a United States Savings Bond. See your employer or your banker today.
Here he is, the one, the only...
Well, here I am again with a chance for each of our couples to win up to $10,000. And if any of them say the secret word, they'll win an extra $100. George, who's first?
Muriel Forth and Aki Aliong are waiting to talk to you, so folks, you come in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word and divide an extra $100. It's a common word, something you find around the house. Aki Aliong and Muriel Forth. Muriel, I'll get the preliminaries over in a hurry so we can get down to business. Are you married?
Yes, I am.
Well, the preliminaries certainly didn't last long. Where are you from, Muriel?
Well, I was born in India. My father was in the army out in India, and then when he retired, we went to live in England, in London.
Do you find our climate a relief after all that fog and rain over there?
Yes, it's much better. Of course, my husband still comes home a little red-eyed sometimes.
He comes home red-eyed? You mean Mr. Ford stopped off for a fifth?
No, I mean for the...
Well, why is he red-eyed? What has he got to cry about? Has he got a beautiful young bride?
Thank you. The smog, it bothers
Pretty
him.
blue eyes?
Thank you.
Flashing teeth? Lovely lips? That's as far as the train goes, kid. I'll get back to you shortly, Muriel. And if you weren't married, I'd get back even quicker than that. Your name is Aki Aliong?
Aki Aliong.
Aliong. What kind of a name is Aliong?
Well, Aliong is an old Chinese name.
Oh.
And Aki is a Japanese name.
Well, then you must be Korean, huh? Are you from China or Japan?
No, sir, I'm from Trinidad.
Well, east is east and west is west, and it sounds like to me like the twain certainly picked a strange place to meet. I know Trinidad is famous for calypso music, Aki, but I'm sure there must be more to it than that. What else is Trinidad noted for?
Well, sir, we've got lots of oil, asphalt, and Angostura bitters.
Oh, asphalt and Angostura bitters. That makes a pretty strong drink. I never tried asphalt and bitters. That's what I'm going to order next time when I have one for the road. Aki, I thought everyone in Trinidad put the accent on the wrong syllable. But you speak beautiful English. Where did you go to school? Oxford or Cambridge?
Brooklyn College.
And that's the way they're talking in Brooklyn now? That town sure went to pot when the Dodgers pulled out. Muriel, you say you're married?
Yes.
I'm sorry to hear that. How long have you been married?
9.5 years.
9.5 years?
9.5.
9.5. You're a very young-looking girl to be married 9.5 years. You must have got
Child
married around
wife.
14, huh?
Thank you.
Well, don't thank me. I had nothing to do with it. Well, is there anything unusual about your marriage, or is it pretty standard?
Well, the one thing that's unusual, my sister is married to my husband's brother.
How did that happen?
Well, after I've been going out with George for a while...
Who's George? Is that
my
your husband's brother?
Yeah. No, that's my husband.
Oh.
We arranged a double date for my sister.
Why, were you
his
sick of
brother.
George?
No, but my sister went out with George's brother.
Wasn't it more fun to be alone with a fella rather than have another couple tagging along?
Well, my sister was sort of going spare, and so was his brother, and I thought it would be nice to get them together.
In other words, you were a matchmaker, is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, so?
So,
the four of you went out.
Yes, we went to a movie. And before...
What was the picture? Was it one of the Marx Brothers pictures?
No, it wasn't that long ago. It was, so long ago.
Well, then what happened?
So before we went in, I told Frank to be very careful because my sister was very shy and a very nice girl and not to try and hold her hand in the movie or...
Why were you giving him these instructions,
Well, because my sister was a very nice girl.
Well, weren't you holding hands with George?
Oh, no, I've been going out with him 2 months. We went to see the movies then.
Oh, you didn't look at each other anymore.
No.
Well.
So anyway, I told Frank to be very careful and not to hold hands with Kath. And after we'd been in the movies a little while, George turned around to me and he said, I thought you said your sister was shy. So I said, well, she is. She said, well, look at them. And I looked up and I was horrified. They were snogging in the seat.
You say they were snoring in the seat? That must have been one of our movies, all right.
Snogging.
Oh, I thought you said snoring.
No, I said snogging.
Snogging. Well, I guess if you want to snog, there's no place like a movie theater. Now, just what is snogging?
Well, when you do it, you call it necking.
No, when I do it, I call it reminiscing. I haven't snogged since the first market crash in 29. So then what happened?
Well, then they started dating, and we had a double wedding.
I see. It's cheaper that way, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of work does your husband do, Muriel?
He's an international sales representative for Northwest Orient Airlines.
Well, that's a very impressive, imposing title. Now, where does he do his selling? Hong Kong, Singapore, Manila?
No,
Burma?
Santa Barbara and Oxnard and Bakersfield.
Oxnard and Bakersfield can be exciting, too, you know. I understand there's a lot of snogging goes on in Oxnard. I wouldn't be surprised if Oxnard turns out to be the next snog capital of the United States. Well, you're charming youngsters, and you're crazy if you don't get married. I've enjoyed talking to you. Now, let's see how much money you can make in the quiz. You have selected a dictionary quiz, huh? It's pretty educational stuff here. Now, I'm going to ask you some questions. If you miss 2 in a row, you're out. If you get 4 in a row right, you win $1,000. Remember your partners, so before you answer, discuss it. If a pentagon is a five-sided figure, what is a percheron?
A horse.
A horse is on me, is right.
And you have one right.
If a sombrero is a Mexican hat, what is a vaquero? V-A-Q-U-E-R-O.
Spanish rider. It's a Spanish rider.
Well, that's close enough. Mexican cowboy.
You're halfway to $1,000 now.
If an Arab is a nomad, what is a scarab?
Oh, that's,
S-C-A-R-A-B.
An Egyptian, beetle.
Right on the nose, you hit it.
You now have 3 right, get the next one right, and you'll have your $1,000.
If a choreographer is a dance director, what is a cartographer?
Map maker.
A map maker.
Give him the money, George.
One more in a row right, you win $1,000.
Well, you've won 1,000 clams. You can keep it and quit, or else you can come back later and try to double your money. You may even get a chance at $10,000. So go over there and sit down and think about it. And no matter what you decide to do, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Arrivederci.
In just a moment, our second couple will join Groucho to play You Bet Your Life.
Whenever you want things to be just right, be it here or there or day or night.
You make it Pabst, 'cause Pabst makes it perfect.
Yes, Pabst makes it perfect. Just as we always have ever since 1844. So next time, you make it Pabst, because Pabst makes it perfect. America's Blue Ribbon beer from the Pabst Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Yes, Pabst makes it perfect.
Groucho, we have some special guests for you now. One of the truly great names of Hollywood, Mr. and Mrs. Francis X. Bushman.
Well, welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word and divide an extra $100. Say the secret word and you'll divide an extra $100. It's a common word, something you find around the house. Francis, I'm glad to see you, and Mrs. Bushman, it's nice to see you, too.
Thank you.
In case you don't know who this feller is, I'll tell you. He's the Elvis Presley of the 1920s. He was a combination of Rudolph Valentino and Clark Gable. He was, without a doubt, the biggest matinee idol in the history of Hollywood. Francis, I hardly know where to start with you. I guess the beginning is as good a place as any. Where were you from originally?
Baltimore, Maryland.
Somebody out there from North Dakota. How long ago was it when you were born in Baltimore?
I was born in 1883, so I'll be 75 in January.
How many of you people out front remember Francis X. Bushman? Well, that confirms something that I've always suspected, Francis. We have the oldest audience in television. Now, Mrs. Bushman, I know his name, but what is your front name?
Iva.
Now, Iva, you know 35 years ago, every woman in America wanted to marry this chap here. How do you feel being married to one of the country's idols?
Oh, it's wonderful. I'm still very excited about it, and I've been married a whole year.
You've been married a year?
Mm-hmm.
You kids are practically newlyweds, huh?
Just about.
How did you meet him, Iva?
Well, I moved into the house next door to him.
Did you do this deliberately? Did you know he was going to be there?
No, I didn't. That was just some of the good fortune that befell me after I was in escrow.
How many years have you been in show business, Francis?
60 years.
60 years? Well, don't get discouraged. It takes time to become a big star. 60 years. That was even before they had movies. How did you start?
Well, I started with lantern slides, and as you see, I'm ending up in television.
Just the opposite with me. Now I'm in television. Next year I'll be in lantern slides. I wonder how I'll do when Pay Lantern Slides comes in. Now, Francis, you were the biggest star in Hollywood. How many pictures did you star in?
Between 300 and 400. There was no way of determining.
I think in the Marx Brothers, in our entire career, I think we did 18 pictures, and you did 400. Huh? That was before taxes took it all away, wasn't it? Huh?
Yes.
You must be worth millions, are you, Francis?
Well, the Treasury Department at one time stated that I had made $6 million in 5 years. But
that's what they said, huh? What did you say?
Well, I said that I spent it, no doubt, in 4.5 years.
Now, how about the women of the country? Didn't you get a lot of marriage proposals in those days?
Well, I had to confess.
Fan mail?
You won't think me immodest if I tell you this.
I may, but tell it anyhow.
You see, I was a symbol. They were in love with the symbol, I believe, and I, at one period, received 17,000 proposals.
I got 300 once, but to get out of the country, mine was. You know, I've gone almost through the same thing. All my life, women have been throwing themselves at my feet. And after they tackle me, they usually hold me for the police. Well, don't you miss all this hoopla, Francis? All the big mansions and fancy cars and the fan mail and everything?
Well, the play isn't over yet.
No, it certainly isn't. Not the way you look.
No.
I think you're still in the first act.
Well, they still recognize me and want my autograph and all that sort of thing. As a matter of fact, I live for today, and I'm looking forward to the future.
Well, that's a very sensible philosophy, Francis. I, on the other hand, am looking forward to tomorrow. Well, it's tomorrow I make my last payment on my garbage disposal. It's been quite a grind, but that's all down the drain. Well, now, let's get on with the Bushman at hand, shall we? And you have selected as your category cities and small towns of the United States. So all those one-nighters you played, I'll bet you're pretty good at this, huh? I'll give you 4 cities or towns in a particular state, and you identify the state. Shake hands with a real actor,
yes.
George.
How do you do,
George?
This is Mr. Fenneman.
Mr. Fenneman.
Who's being discharged as soon as the performance is over. Now, if you miss 2 in a row, you're out. If you get 4 in a row right, you win $1,000. Remember, despite the fact that you're married, you're partners in this thing, so you discuss each one before you answer. Clear? All right, and what state are these places? Paragould, Pine Bluff, Texarkana, and Hot Springs.
Moore says Arkansas.
Moore is absolutely right. Arkansas is right, yeah.
You have one right.
Soda Springs, Gooding, Moscow, and Pocatello. What's the state?
Idaho.
That's right.
You have 2 right.
Tallulah, Baton Rouge, St. Bernard, and Crowley. What's the state?
Louisiana.
Louisiana is right.
If you get the next one right, you'll have $1,000.
Tombstone, Welton, Winslow, and Claypool.
Winslow, Arizona. Arizona.
You need to go no further, Mr. Bushman. You won $1,000.
I think I played all those sounds.
Yes, I have too. Now I can't go back, but you can. Now you won $1,000. You can keep it in quid, or else you can come back later and try to double your money. You may even get a chance at $10,000. So go over and sit down and think about it. And if we don't see you later, thanks for being on the show. It was nice seeing you, Francis. Bye-bye.
We'll find out if any of our contestants will try for $10,000 in just a moment.
Music and fun.
So you housewives won't be glum.
In your kitchen.
Going shopping in your car.
Just turn the dial.
And there we are. Dorothy?
Skitch and me. We're the NBC Bandstand 3. Dorothy Olson.
I sing. Pop songs and songs with a folk tune ring.
Skitch.
Henderson is my name, and I lead the Band of Stars. That's my game.
And me. I'm Bert Parks, and I'm MC. So tune us in wherever you are, in your home or in your car. We'll make your morning chores a breeze. Just tune us in. We aim to please. Enjoy 90 minutes of music and fun live on NBC Bandstand, weekday mornings over most of these stations. With music and fun.
So your housewives won't be glum.
In your kitchen.
Going shopping in your car.
Just turn the dial.
And there we are.
Dorothy?
Skitch.
And me.
George, we're ready to see you once you get a crack at all the money.
Well, Mr. and Mrs. Francis X. Bushman have decided to keep the money they've won so far and not try for the big question. I believe our other couple is ready to come back and take a chance. Muriel Forth and Aki Aliong, come back.
Well, you won $1,000 so far. If you decide to try for the 10 and you fail, you wind up with a total of $500. What are you going to do?
We're going to try.
You are going for the big money. Now get together and pick a number from 1 to 10, and then spin the wheel. If any number besides the one you pick comes up, the question is worth $2,000. If your number comes up, the question is worth 10. What number do you want?
4.
Give it a turn. was 4 and it came on 7, so this question is worth $2,000. The Mormon Church was founded at Fayette, New York, F-A-Y-E-T-T-E, New York, in 1830. For $2,000, who was the founder of the Mormon Church? Talk it over.
Well, I don't think we know, but we can take a guess at it. I think Smith? John Smith?
Last name is right. I think you ought to give it to him. It's Joseph Smith, but that's... Well, you won $2,000. What are you going to do with the money?
I'm going to buy a house and tell my mother about the baby I'm going to have.
What do you know yet? And what are you going to do with yours? You going to have a baby, too?
No, sir. I'd like to bring my brothers and sisters from Trinidad and have them re-educated and grow up in the United States, sir.
Well, Aki, if they're anything like you, they'll be welcome additions to our country.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations, and thanks for being with us. You bet your life.
Thank you so much.
You Bet Your Life is transcribed in Hollywood. Produced by John Goodell. Directed by Robert Dwan and Bernie Smith. Music by Jack Meakin. This is George Fenneman reminding you to tune in again next week, same time, same station, to hear the one, the only Groucho. And see Groucho every Thursday evening on NBC television. You Bet Your Life is heard by our armed forces around the world.
Violinist Michael Rabin appears on the telephone hour tonight on NBC.